We're live. Core class. Let's get this party started. All right, my name is Dara. Welcome to class. Live streaming Fridays. We're going to start off in standing with a little bit of a vinyasa yoga warm-up. Super easy. Do a little bit of balancing. Single leg balance, warrior 3 pose. Work on our foot arch strength and our glute strength, and then come down onto the mat for a circuit of power abs, 3 moves. And then we're going to stretch and be done in 30 minutes. Subscribe to the channel to get notifications of live classes, and check out my core class playlist as well as my core strength playlist as well. Root your feet into the ground. Let's start off with a nice long stretch. Reach up to the sky. Inhale, reach. Lean side to side. Use this warm up just as a chance to check in with your body. Again, I really like using yoga in my physical therapy and training my clients. It's a nice way to get in a little bit of mobility as well as strength. Hold it here. Exhale, forward fold. Knees are nice and soft. Hang out. Shake out the arms. Just checking in with your lower back. Knees are nice and soft. Hang it out. Shake the arms out. Take one more breath here. On your next inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Straighten out those knees. Get a nice little hamstring stretch. This is your hip hinge. Deadlift position. Brace with your abs. Support your back. Hold it here for one breath. Keep those feet planted into the ground. Hands come down, step back into plank, step it back. Strong shoulders here for our plank. Shoulders stacked right over the hands. Spread your fingers wide. Give yourself some stability here. Hold it for one breath. Pull the belly in. Tuck the chin in. Exhale, knees down, slowly lower chaturanga. Let's get into a little baby back bend here. So I want you to come up into that little mini baby cobra. Inhale, pull the shoulders down your back, engage your lats. Hold it here for one breath. Really focus on engaging the back muscle so you're not just pinching into that lower back. Exhale it back down. Push yourself back, downward facing dog. Pedal those feet and those ankles out. If you are a runner or a cyclist, or human, you probably have tight calves, tight ankles, so use this. Pedal those feet out. Drive your hips up high to the sky. So flatten out the upper back by driving up your booty up nice and high. Pedal those feet. We're gonna go through this whole flow again, right? Doing our nice little sun salutation, using it as our warm up before we get into that core series. Last breath here. Walk your feet up. Rolling up slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Articulate through your spine. Get that spine nice and supple. Inhale, reach, round 2. Inhale through the nose, exhale it out through the mouth. Breathe it out. Hang out here, one breath. Halfway lift, flat back, straighten the knees for more of a hamstring stretch. Brace with your abs. Hands come down, step back into plank number 2. Planks, a great way to get some shoulder strength into your core work. Again, upper body is part of our core as well. Don't neglect that upper body strength. Hold it here. Push away from the mat. Spread your fingers wide. Tuck your chin in. Exhale, chaturanga, either knees down or all the way down, working on that chest and shoulder strength. Elbows at 45-degree angle. Uncurl your toes. Let's come up into cobra or up dog. If you want to come all the way up, if it feels good. We don't spend a lot of time in extension, right? We're always kind of flexed over things. So really enjoy this, right? Give your spine some extension. Hold it here, one more breath. Exhale back down. Push yourself back, downward facing dog. We're gonna do one more round just like this, and then we're moving on into single leg balancing warrior 3. Single leg balancing pose, great way to work on that foot and arch strength. Also good way to work on your balance. Also good way to work on your glute and hip stability, right? Great for running, cycling, swimming, living, walking, life. Last time through, you guys, walk your feet up. Take your time rolling up slowly, head coming up last. Inhale, reach, last time through. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Bring the arms all the way down. Knees are soft. Halfway lift, flat back. Hamstring stretch. Ooh, my hamstrings need it today. Plank. Last time, we're not doing a lot of planks today, so let's take advantage right now. I usually get into a little plank series. Exhale, lower. Every class is a little different. Today we're going to do a little bit of balancing, core. Maybe next time we'll do some more planks. Up dog or cobra. Again, shoulders are down the back. Engage your lats. It's going to support and stabilize your lower back. Exhale back down. Downward facing dog. Let the heels just drop. Let's just hang out in downward dog before we come into standing. Got a lot to cover in a short amount of time today. Our core series, we're going to do a circuit of 3 abs, power abs moves. I will show options to make them harder or easier. None of them are easy. I'll show some easier options though. Walk your feet up. Come into standing. Single leg balance. If you need to come next to the wall to hold on to stability or support, go for it. Or if you want to grab onto a foam roll or something else, I want you to stand on your right leg. Draw that right arch up. Engage that entire right foot. So you're thinking big toe, pinky toe, heel. From here, I just want you to hinge. We're not going to go all the way down and then come back up. Focus on a point in front of you. Again, keep the hips squared and level. This is your single leg RDL. It's also your warrior 3. Hinge at the hips. When I'm getting into my warrior 3 and my RDL, I'm thinking about extending from my head to my toe. This is a straight line. So in other words, I don't want to look like this, right? That's going to stress out my lower back. Straighten it out. Straight, lengthen, head to toe, nice straight line. My soft knee, my standing leg is a nice soft knee bend. I want you to think about engaging your right glute. Stabilize that hip. Keep those hips level. There's a lot to think about here. Brace with your abs. Again, RDL, same thing as my warrior 3. If you want to make this more challenging, bring the arms overhead. Increase the challenge to your balance. Your foot should be working. Draw that left hip down. Now, if you have really tight hips, your hip's going to want to rotate out. You want to focus on keeping the hips squared. So you may not go that low. You may finish here, right? But we don't want to be rotated and tweaked out. Tweaked out. I don't think we ever want to be tweaked out. Let's do 2 more here and then we're going to switch sides. Keeping those hips squared. A lot of that is also bracing with your abs. One more time. Balance is also core. Ooh, as I fall over. Good, shake it out. Let's do the other side. Same thing, root that foot into the ground. Draw the arch up. Engage that foot. This is your base of support. Engage that left glute. Soft left knee. Hips are squared. I like to have people do a couple of these with the hands on the hips so you can just kind of see. Sometimes people don't know that they're really rotated out. And then keeping that back flat. So whatever you need to do to level yourself out, sometimes it's hard to see what you're actually doing or feel it. Hips are squared, focusing on a point in front of me. Again, challenging your balance more here. You can also be airplane. This is your single leg Romanian deadlift, as well as warrior 3, as well as just balancing. Utilizing that strength and that arch, as well as that standing glute hip stabilizer. Let's do a few more, and then we're going to come down onto the mat, stretch, and get into our core series. We still have a lot to cover. One more time. Lots to cover in a short amount of time, right? All right. Come down onto the mat. Let's do a little bit of cat-cow, just stretching out the back before we get into our core series, and I will explain what's coming up next. So nice and gentle. Almost everybody likes these cat-cows. This should just feel good on your back. All right, loosen everything up. So we have a core series. We have a hollow body hold, which is challenging. We have a dying bug or dead bug, which is, I'll show options and modifications to that. And then I'm going to do a little bit of a glute bridge modification today. So we'll do a little bit of glute bridges and a little bit of marching bridges. So we have some glutes on tap for today. Let's start off easy. Our dead bug, dying bug is going to be first. So we're going to do 3 rounds, 3 moves. I'll try to sneak some stuff in at the end. Starting off with our core, our dead bug. And then we have a hollow body hold, a static hold. And then we have a glute bridge. All right, so coming down onto your back, your dying bug, you can start off with the legs. We're gonna just go through this. We're not gonna really be taking breaks so that we can get all this nice big endurance of our core in this series. So again, this is level 1. I'm just tapping my feet, bracing my abs. My lower back is pressed into the ground. Level 2 is gonna be opposite arm and leg. Right, same thing. I like to suggest having the head up because that's going to reinforce this position here where that lower back is staying pressed into the ground. Level 3 is going to be extended arms and legs. So the further away that you're tapping, the harder it's going to be, right? Again, as the arms and legs extend all the way away from you, you need to keep that lower back pressed down. So don't let that lower back arch. Press it down. This is going to be the same thing that we do next when we do our hollow body hold, except it's going to be a lot harder. So use this one to prep for the hollow hold next. Stability, that's what we're working on here. Stability, connect rib cage to pelvis. Connect, crunch. This should feel like a crunch if you're doing it right. It should not feel easy. If it's easy, you're probably not really pressing all the way down. And if you're not sure that you're pressing down, I have 2 tips. One is lift your head up. The other one is bring your knees closer in. That will really reinforce that stable position. Right? Lock it in here. Again, tuck the chin in. Engage, brace with your abs, but breathe underneath it. This first round is a relatively long set, getting in a lot of this endurance. You should be starting to feel fatigued. So let's do a few more and then we're going to come into that hold. The next one is going to be a 30-second hold. It's challenging. I will show 3 options for this hold. Last few here. 2 more. 1 more. And rest. Shake the legs out side to side. Not taking a lot of breaks though, right? We want to keep this going. Hollow body hold. This is going to be a 30-second hold. It's going to feel long. Your level 1 is here, hundreds position. Pilates. Level 2, legs extend. Level 3, arms and legs extend, right? Again, challenging. You have to keep that lower back glued to the ground. Otherwise, you're going to strain your lower back. So press it down. So let's start off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whatever version you're doing, tuck the chin in. Lower back stays glued to the ground. The higher the legs are, the easier it is. The lower the legs are, the harder it is. Challenge yourself. We are basically halfway done. 30 seconds. This should feel hard. Keep that chin tucked in. That's going to keep that whole front body engaged with the rib cage down. Done in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go straight into your glute bridge, knees at 90. We're not taking a break. Squeeze each time you lift, each time. Drive through the heels. Knees at about 90. You can vary that position. If you want to bring your heels closer or further away, I really want the emphasis for this glute bridge to be glutes, right? So play with that position. I also want you to think about squeezing every time you lift. Really get that muscle activation. This is a glute bridge. This is not just about your lower back, and it's not just about your hamstrings. If you want to make this harder, you can add weights onto the hips, or arms can be overhead, or the mini bands around the thighs, right? We're going to change this. So we're going to do 2 little glute bridge exercises in 1. So let's do a few more of our basic glute bridge. And then we'll add it on and turn it into a marching bridge. So I'll show that next. Let's do 4 more here. 3, 2, 1. Now I want you to keep the hips up high, hold the glute bridge, and then march. This should feel like a little bit more core work, right? Keeping the hips nice and high, nice and level. Don't let those hips rock side to side. So the whole goal of this is glutes, keeping you up, abs, bracing, keeping the hips level. A lot of little things to think about. Draw the rib cage down. You don't want to be arching, right? Tighten everything up. Stability, symmetry, right? Level hips, level pelvis, relevant to all of your sports. Let's do a few more, and then let's come back in with that dead bug. Round 2. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Hips back down, shake it out. Set yourself up, dying bug, dead bug, core marches, whatever you want to do. Lock it in. I always suggest starting up head first. Just get a few in with the head elevated. You can even have your hands here too, right? It's just going to help to reinforce this position here, right? So that's not cheating. In fact, I always tell clients, if this is going to get you to do it correctly, keep your head up, right? This needs to be really locked in and braced to get that nice core control. Otherwise, you are going to strain your lower back. And it's just not correct if that lower back is really like lifting and arched. Round 2. We got one more round after this. Breathe, focus on the breath. Breathe. Breathe. We're going to go straight into that hollow body hold. We've got our other glute bridges. Let's do a few more here and here for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Rest. Shake it out. Hollow body hold. 30 seconds. Get ready in 5, 4, 3, 2, and lift. Hold it. Brace. Engage. Rib cage down, lock it in. Keep that chin tucked in. In 5, 4, 3, 2, relax. Glute bridge, bridge up. Don't take a break, keep it going. Again, if you're at home, you can add some weights onto the hips to add a little bit more challenge to this glute bridge. Or the mini bands. And down. So we're going to do our glute bridge, we'll do our marching bridge, and then go through our last round. And then we're going to start to cool down. And that's it. 30 minutes. Bop, 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 right? Get it all in. Stretch, mobility, core, balance, glutes. 30 minutes. Knock it out. A few more here. Squeeze, engage each time. 4, 3, drive those heels into the ground. 2, 1, hold it up for that marching bridge. Hold it up. If you really want to challenge yourself, bring the arms up, right? A little bit more work on the balance. You can also use the mini bands around the thighs for this one as well, right? I'm not going to add too much more difficulty. Mini bands can go around the thighs, and mini bands can also go around the feet for this one. It's a fun one. I always forget about that one. It's a nice fun. Put the little mini bands around your feet, adding a little bit more pull, right? Pull. Keep those hips up nice and high. We've got one more round of all of these. Finishing strong. 4, 3, 2, 1. No breaks. Start back in. Dead bugs. Last round. Press the lower back down. Make sure you are really, really bracing here. Don't space out, right? Don't space out that lower back arch. A lot of times people think they're doing it, and then I come, when they come to see me in the clinic, if I can get even my little finger there, it's not right. It's that. It needs to be really locked in. More than most people think, right? Not even a centimeter of space here. That's how much you're bracing and stabilizing here. This is really, really connected. That's kind of the point of this one. I want people to understand is that connection and stability. A few more here, then we'll do our hollow body hold, last 30-second hold. One of my favorite moves. I love that hollow body hold. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Hollow body hold. Get ready. In 3, 2, 1. Lift and hold. Last one. Make it your best. Again, the lower that you go with the legs and arms, the harder it is. Tuck the chin in. My eyes are usually focusing with that chin tucked on looking at my toes. So you want to give yourself a nice little visual cue. That should help. Done in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Glute bridge. Finish up strong. Last one here, and then we get to stretch, cool it down. I'm going to sneak in a tiny bit of lower back, a little bit of lower back strength. Sneak it in here. And then we're going to stretch. Should be done right on time. Last few, let's do a little bit of our marching bridges. And then we're going to flip over for that lower back work. 4 more here. 3, 2, 1. Marching bridge. Last few. I'm going to squeeze in every last little bit that I can get into this 30 minutes. Engage. Keep that booty up high. Don't let that butt sink. A lot of times people are like, oh, I'm doing it. I'm like, no, you're not. Bring your butt up. Keep it up. Having the hands here will help to reinforce that up position. 4, 3, 2, 1. Turn it over on your belly. Superman's, superwoman's. Tuck the tailbone ever so slightly under just to stabilize your lower back here. This is about lengthening, not arching. So I want you to tuck that chin in, and opposite arm and leg is going to reach to opposite ends of the room. Hold for 2 and lower. Hold for 2 and lower. What I mean by length is I want you to extend through the spine and don't just crank on your back and arch it, right? Let's be a little bit more about lengthening, engaging that entire posterior chain, whole backside of your body. That is your shoulders, your lats, these big muscles that attach in at that lower back, lumbar area, glutes, hamstrings, everything. Hold for 2 and lower. Hold for 2. Again, I'm still bracing with my abs as well, so it doesn't feel like it's just pinching and pissing off my lower back, right? So a little bit of that tailbone tuck. Tucking the chin in. Last few. Let's do 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Flip it over. Let's stretch it out. Hug those knees into your chest. If you want to add in any extra stretches, now is your chance. This is your class. So whatever you need to do for your body, go for it. Rock the knees side to side. Should feel nice on that lower back. Little massage. Hug that right knee into your chest. Let that left leg extend long. Roll the ankles and the feet around. Give your feet a little bit of movement, mobility, nice, healthy feet. Maybe roll that hip around. Just keeping these joints nice and lubricated. Keep them healthy, right? That's why we do some of this mobility work and stretching. Left hand's gonna bring that right knee across your body. I want you to find that angle on your body, so you may look different doing this than me. So knee can be lower or higher, where you get either a nice stretch into that glute, IT band, or if you're rotating more off the mat, you're gonna get that a little bit into that lower back lumbar spine area, and it should feel good. Right, so you need to kind of figure out where you need to go with this. Right arm is going to open out at an angle. Try not to knock over this plant. And again, that's going to give you a nice chest and pec shoulder stretch here. Head can be wherever it feels comfortable. Maybe just let the head go side to side. Shake it out. Release any tension. Again, figure out where that knee needs to go, that you're getting into that good spot, right? A little bit lower back. And again, you may be more here or here, depending on how flexible and mobile you are in the hips and the spine. So everyone's going to look a little different. Or if there's any other one that you want to add in, go for it. Take one more breath here. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Let that stress go. Come back to center, figure 4 stretch. This should feel like a nice big hip opener glute stretch here. You can leave it like this or reach through for thread the needle. A little bit deeper. You can also come on face down onto the mat for pigeon pose. Roll the shoulders out. Shake the head out. Let any tension go. I really want you to focus on a little bit of belly breathing as well. So inhale through the nose, low. Fill the belly. Exhale out through the mouth. So if you notice that you're doing a lot of the shoulders hiking with the breathing, really try to focus on keeping the shoulders relaxed and breathing in through your belly. Get a little bit of that diaphragm. Your diaphragm is a part of your core, right? So we really want to be able to engage and involve that diaphragm. So that's that whole belly rising. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. In that normal breathing pattern, you're going to start from the belly and then finish up at the chest, right? So it shouldn't just be up here. It goes from here and then up to here. Last breath here, and then let's switch sides. Unwrap that right leg, shake it out, hug that left knee into your chest, roll the ankles and toes around again. Healthy, happy feet. I don't think people appreciate how much you really need some strong, healthy, active, flexible, but strong feet to do everything, not just our sports, right? So keep them moving. Roll that hip around, right? So that balancing pose that we did today, nice way to really strengthen the arch. Anything that's that single leg balance, you're really going to engage that entire foot. So that's a good one. Bring that knee across your body. Again, same thing, finding that angle that feels like a good stretch, whether it's glute, whether it's your booty, whether it's lower back, whatever you're trying to get out of this stretch, wherever it feels like it's good for you, as long as it's feeling good. Open that left arm out. Head goes wherever it feels comfortable. Breathe into that whole left side, left rib cage. Inhale through the nose, expanding the rib cage. Exhale out through the mouth. Letting all that stress go. Trying to host class every week, live stream. Subscribe to the channel to get notifications at least once a week. Live core class, 30 minutes. Usually goes up on the playlist afterwards, not always, but you can check under that core class, Core for Athletes playlist for other classes. They're all about 30 minutes. Come back to center, figure 4 stretch. Again, emphasis on a little bit of mobility work, core, abs, glutes, hips, breath, stretch, lower back. Try to get a little bit of everything. It is available. You can do all that in 30 minutes. So it is an option. Squeeze it all in. Last few breaths here. Maybe roll the shoulders out. And then we are finishing up here. We'll finish off in seated, and then that's it for today. Take one more breath here. Slow exhale. And when you're ready, unwrap that left leg. Place both feet onto the floor. Let's just gently windshield wiper the hips side to side. You're going to rock yourself onto your side, finishing up in seated. Sitting however you want. You can sit cross-legged or not. Sitting some other way if that's more comfortable. Let's just finish up with our seated stretch. Again, focusing on our posture. Nice, tall, seated posture. One more time. Thinking about always this nice, tall, lengthened spine. Inhale, reach. Exhale it out one more time, and then that is it for today. Thank you so much for coming. Inhale, reach. And that is it for today. Thanks so much for coming. I'll see you guys next time. Let me know if you have any questions, comments. See you next class.